Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Today we're up in Longville, Minnesota, chasing crappies.
These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're up in Longville, Minnesota. It's a brisk 9 degrees right now. We got a little bit of wind, but it's going to be a nice day. We got some sun. We're up here with our good buddy Ryley Hansen of Crazy Loon Guide Service. Ryley, what are we fishing for today?
Today we're going to fish for some basin crappies. This lake's known to put out some big ones, so we'll see if we can get lucky. If we don't get one of the giants, we should catch a bunch of 11 to 14 inchers, so should be a fun time.
Yeah, should be great. We got two guys with us today, the legendary Pete Mena and John Gillespie. It's going to be a fun day. We'll show you what we're using and how we're using it coming up right after this.
Hey folks, John Gillespie here. You know, for over 35 years, we've enjoyed bringing you John Gillespie's Waters and Woods on cable and satellite, including FanDuel Sports North, FanDuel Sports Wisconsin, and Marquee Sports Chicago. And we've enjoyed having you watch all along the way. But with the changes happening in television, we're excited to move the show to YouTube, where it's easier than ever to watch, and get this, it's absolutely free. Our final episode on FanDuel Sports will be April the 11th. Our final episode on Marquee Sports Chicago will be April the 25th. But don't worry, we'll have a brand new show every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube. Just search Gillespie Fishing, subscribe, and join us every Saturday morning at 9. Plus, you can watch all of our old shows. Folks, remember, every Saturday morning at 9, join us on YouTube. Just search Gillespie Fishing.
Life definitely gets busy these days, so an outdoor person like me would much rather be hunting, fishing, or taking care of the critters on the farm.
That's why the AMSOIL app makes things easy. Track maintenance, get service reminders, and order the right products in seconds.
I can never remember the specifics of my wife's vehicle, so it was great on the app to just be able to scan the VIN or the license plate number, and everything auto-loads.
It's everything you need to stay on top of your vehicles right in your pocket.
So instead of worrying about maintenance,
you've got more time to fish. Download the AMSOIL app today. One app, everything AMSOIL.
There's more to explore. Humminbird Explorer fish finders make breaking down the water effortless with an intuitive interface and best-in-class clarity. Zero in on the best place for a bite with more precision, more included maps, and more underwater detail. Then, keep your eyes on the prize. With the bright, easy-to-read display, you can view in any fishing condition. Because when you see clearly and fish smarter, you get more out of every moment. Explore fish finders, only from Humminbird.
Welcome back. As we just mentioned, we're up here in northern Minnesota fishing with Ryley. Ryley, today you mentioned we're going to fish basin crappies, right?
Yep, exactly. And the key to this is kind of getting down on them fast and using aggressive baits to entice those bigger fish in the school to bite. The bigger fish in the school are typically going to be the first ones to eat. So the key is kind of hop around, stay on fresh fish all the time, and you'll end up picking off the bigger fish.
What are you going to start with?
I'm going to start with an Acme hammered tungsten, tipped with a chartreuse plastic there. Tungsten just so we can drop down a little bit quicker. This is the number 5 size, so the biggest size that they make.
Get down there quick. I'm going to start with the bladed Castmaster. This has been really hot this year. And yeah, that'll be a great 1-2 punch, and let's see what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, here we go, guys. Whoa, there we go. Grab him. He came off. That's a nice crappie right there. Look at that guy there, Ryley.
Yeah, that'll work, huh?
And it really is interesting, you know, when you're fishing in this deeper water like this, and this is something real important, folks. The crappies can be anywhere in the water column, right?
Yeah, they can be 15 feet under the ice, 20 feet under the ice, even 5 feet under the ice. Depends on your snow cover and all that.
Yeah, and I suppose the later the winter comes, you know, and there's not a lot of oxygen down there, they're pretty high in the water column.
They'll get sometimes right under the ice even when the oxygen's real low. If you
Seriously?
have a bad winter.
Yeah, hold that out. That's our first of the day. And is that about average, or we're going to get bigger?
We should get much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Should be a fun day. So this is just a good, nice eater if we were eating fish today. There's one.
All right, that didn't take you long.
They're pretty fired up. Once we got out of school here, I dropped down and pretty much caught one right away.
He came up, shot up, and crushed it?
Yeah, no hesitation whatsoever.
That's a good sign. Ooh, yeah.
There we go.
It's not a bad one there.
Yeah, that'll work. Another eater.
Heck
Can't
yeah.
complain about that.
So we should mention what you're doing is you got the Mega Live 2 out. You're searching for them with schools. I'm following you with the auger, and we're just kind of searching this basin, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we've found already that they're moving pretty fast today. So using that Mega Live 2 and chase them down, staying on top of them is going to be a huge thing today for having some success.
Yep, running and gunning.
Yep, exactly.
We're doubled up.
Double.
Riley just told
Oh, I got a nice one
You got
here.
a big one? Oh my gosh, look at that thing. I think
There's
he got
a
me beat. This is a
tanker.
little guy. I'm just going to toss him back quick. My gosh,
Look at that
that's what we're
thing.
talking about.
That's what we're here for. That
Heck
one's
yeah.
pushing 14 there. Hopefully we
Oh,
can get
for
even
sure.
bigger yet, but
Big
just
back on it and
thick
everything.
fish too.
Unreal.
Just came up, yours just come up and crush it too.
Oh yeah, just shot up at me.
They're in a good mood today. We just got to stay on top of them.
Yep. What are they eating out here? Bugs?
Yeah, it's a lot of zooplankton. So this lake
Okay.
at night lights up with bug life, and that's all your zooplankton. So that's why they grow so big so fast.
Awesome. Well, let's get back down
let's
there.
do it. Another one just dropped down. That did not take long.
I cannot believe how many are down there.
Oh, it's just loaded. Here it comes.
We're getting close. Is there another? Oh yeah, another nice one.
Another nice one. 11, 12 incher there.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful fish. And just, they're so fired up. This is going to be a fun day. This just shouldn't take long.
No, not at all. Like I said, it's just unreal how many are down there.
Yeah.
Minnesota's awesome.
Yeah, gotta love it. Well, let's get back at it.
Let's keep doing it. So Riley just released his. I come back to my rod and my rod's doubled over, almost going down the hole.
That deucer.
Oh yeah, there's another eater.
Another
Not quite
eater.
as big as those last two you got, but
Yeah, still
they're
fun
coming
though.
up and hammering it. Yeah.
And release the big ones and keep these ones. That's the
Yep.
perfect way to do it.
And in a lot of these basins, you will have mixes of sizes, right? You'll have
Yeah.
small ones and big
Yep,
ones all
exactly.
together.
And one of the biggest keys too, if you want to catch big ones, is once you beat up on a school, move to the next one, because your bigger fish are usually your aggressive ones and they'll eat first. So if you can hop from school to school, it's a good idea. Just because there's fish down there doesn't mean it's the right school.
Yep, that's better to target the bigger ones. So.
Here we go, Josh.
You got one, Josh?
I listened to you and Riley over there hollering. You know, here he comes. Now that's
yeah,
not a
there we
big
go.
one, but that's the eater size right there. And what is that, about 10, Josh?
Yeah, I'd say about 10 inches. Yep.
Yeah, no. And how important is that Mega Live out here?
Oh, you gotta have it, especially if you want to stay on top of the schools. You know, Riley's just pointing that thing where he wants me to drill, and we're chasing him. And like he said earlier, they are a little spooky, so you can't just camp on them all day, but you just got to keep moving and finding them.
Yeah, I found it kind of interesting too. When we got out here, you and Pete and Riley just went around and dug like 30 holes. And that's so you can hop around and find the schools without drilling another hole.
Yep, exactly. Because if you keep drilling, a lot of times you'll spook them farther and farther away. So that is the best way to do it.
A nice eater.
It is.
This one feels pretty big, Josh.
Got
Some
another
big
nice
head
one, Riley?
shakes. Oh, it's a
Oh,
tulipy.
huh? I suppose these basins, they'll be out here too.
Yeah, wasn't exactly expecting that, but
No, that was definitely not on our bingo card today.
fun fight though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That'll
It's not
do.
a 15-inch crappie.
No, that's what I was thinking,
Oh, well.
but hopefully the next one.
Yep.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Fish with confidence using the Lew's Mock Smash Spitting Combo. Designed for sensitivity, strength, and smooth performance. On sale right now for $99.99. Hurry in, sale ends March 29th.
There's another one.
We're both just parked on this giant school.
This is some of the craziest crappie fish. Oh, it's a nice one too. This is some of the craziest crappie fishing I've ever seen. And what I'm using is that bladed cast master. You've seen us use that before, but what's nice about it is that you don't have to tip it with anything. You know, no spikes, no waxies. It's got that blade on there. So all I'm doing is just shaking that blade and they're just coming up and hitting that. But when it's cold like this, the last thing I want to be doing is putting on, you know, spikes or waxies. So it's nice to use a bait. You don't have to do that.
There's another one.
Another one.
Just one after another. That Elliot's just folded over.
Oh yeah, that's great.
So nice with those rods. They absorb the head shakes so well.
And you've been using Elliott and 2B for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been 7-8 years now.
They are great rods.
Ooh, there he is.
Yeah, another dandy.
Another nice eater, 11, 12 incher.
Yep.
When your average size is that, you just can't complain.
Oh,
I mean,
no, you can't at all.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. And that shows why these limits need to be, you know, low like this. 'Cause
Yep.
what are the limits in most of this area?
5 again on
It
this
is
lake
5.
too, and so your limit's cut in half. So I mean, in all reality, that means you should have twice the fish in the lake.
Oh,
with,
exactly.
You know,
And
the
that's
pressure,
why in Wisconsin, I mean, it's not like this, and maybe that's why, you know, our limits are 25, which is quite a bit, especially
Yep.
on some of our smaller lakes. So,
yeah, it
no,
does a lot of damage, and a lot of people are getting better about throwing back bigger fish nowadays. So
Yep.
that's a huge help as well.
Yep, 100%.
Let's get them back.
Yep.
We were fishing the lakes of Longville, Minnesota, an 8.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 9.5 from Chicago, and 3.5 hours from Minneapolis.
I've heard lawyers say, your job as the lawyer is to read the books, know the law, make the arguments. You can't get emotionally invested with your client. To do this job well, you have to. You have to get emotionally invested with your client. You have to connect with your client as a human being, or it never will be as authentic and real as it needs to be. We as trial lawyers, we owe that to our clients. We owe it to ourselves, and we owe it to our community to tell their story. It's their story. It's not ours. And the only way to do that in an effective way is to truly care, to truly connect, and listen.
Hey, Ryley, I got one on here.
I do too.
And mine doesn't feel real big, but I had to move. Well, that's nice.
I just got one too.
Look at that, Josh. And Riley's got one over there. Ryley, bring yours in, and we'll see what we got here. Bring it over. Get them up.
It's working on it.
This is pretty impressive, isn't it, Josh?
Oh, this is unreal.
Look at
I've
that.
never seen crappie fishing
You know,
like
I
this.
heard you talking about this before, but these Castmasters, man, I love not having to put wax worms on when it's cold like
Oh, isn't
this.
it nice?
That's a dandy there, guys. Look at
We
that.
got triplets there.
Oh, Pete's hooked up.
Look at Pete over there. Way to go, Pete. We're going to have
go.
4 of them hanging up here in a second.
Hey,
Bring it over here. Let's hang them up together.
It's
We
a
got 4 of
quadruple.
them. Yeah, bring them over so we can hold them up together here, guys. You know,
Look at that, they're all just cousins.
pretty amazing bite, huh, Pete?
Yeah, it really is.
It's a lot of fun.
And again, as I was saying before, not having to use tip with wax worm and that stuff, I hate doing that in cold weather.
Well, another thing too, if you set the hook down there, you're not worried about if you lose your waxing. You know,
Yeah,
you just
right.
keep jigging. You don't have to pull up and put another waxing on. So, ooh, this might be a nice one here.
Way to go, Joshy! Get him up, get him up, get him up!
Come on, let's see. He's close. He's close.
Hey, that's what's fun
yeah,
though,
that
Josh,
one.
is fishing in this deep water. You get to fight him a long time.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a lot more fun. But yeah, that's a great one there. That's probably my biggest today. Maybe about a 13-incher.
And you know, how many of those do you need for 2 people to have dinner? 3 or 4?
Oh yeah, exactly. Maybe 5. I mean, a lot of times when I'm having dinner, if there's 3 of us, we keep about 7 or 8. So yeah, you don't have to keep a ton of them. You know, let them go for seed. There's another one just dropped back down. This one shot up like a cannon. Oh yeah.
How far off the bottom are you catching those, Josh?
So these ones are about 6 to 7 feet off the bottom, John, and but the whole bottom stacked. I mean, literally from the bottom up about 7-8 feet is just absolutely stacked.
So with the crappies then, they, like we talked about earlier, they can be anywhere in the water column, but you want them to come up and hit, right?
You want them to chase, and you don't want to go down into that school. When you drop your bait down, you want to keep it above them 2 to 3 feet and then make them chase a little bit. Seems like if you go right down into the school, a lot of times that'll spook them and they won't bite. So taking a break in the fishing, we really want to talk about Mega Live 2 and how we're utilizing that today on the ice. So when we get to our spot, what's the first thing you do?
Yeah, so typically just gonna go to the waypoint, drill 1 hole. I try to keep my holes minimal just so you don't get the fish to start splitting up out of their schools and pushing around from the auger noise. So just drill 1 hole and spin that thing 360 degrees and see if there's any fish. And then you just keep doing that. You keep going. I go about 40 steps between holes until I find fish. And then once I find the fish, I actually try to drill as little holes as possible just so we don't start spooking them.
Yeah, that will spook them off the spot a lot of times.
Yep. And then they can push them down to the bottom. It can split them up into a bunch of small schools. So minimal holes and just do it as they move.
Yep, it's a great way to do it, especially in these big basins where you got to cover a lot of water.
Yeah, you don't want them to start running because then you're chasing them a long ways.
Yep.
Look at Pete there.
Hey!
The famous
got another
musky
one.
angler. The famous
I'm just an
musky
eater
angler.
fish.
Don't you love to see
look,
that,
that one.
Riley?
It's perfect for bait. I
That
hit him
one
on,
missed it.
I got him on the top of the head. It actually came up so fast, maybe it decided to wear the bait like a hat. I don't know. But that one did come charged.
Oh, that's awesome.
Here we go. Riley, it's up and down. You know, when you go over to Lake Erie and you fish perch, that's what the guide says, up and down. Put your
there's
bait down and There we go.
Oh yeah, that's a nice
That
11 incher.
is a nice fish. Now this is the first time that I've used this real nice Elliott rod. Why the length on that? What do you like on the length?
Yeah, then you don't have to be on your knees when you're hole hopping. You can stand up and use it. And also with that extra length, you get more shock absorption. So when you have a big crappie on, they're giving you those big head shakes. You don't get a slack line on them and you keep them pinned.
They've been around in Minnesota a long time.
Yeah, they've been around a long time. I've been using them since they first came out, and I absolutely love the rods.
And yeah, look at that. Hold that out. That's a nice fish, right?
Beautiful
What
fish.
is that, 11?
11 and a half incher,
Yeah.
beautiful fish. Man, this is just crazy.
Unreal.
We're gonna be done in a couple hours today, I
Oh
think.
yeah, maybe even less time.
Oh, he's almost there. Feels like a decent one. Oh yeah. Very nice fish
Yep.
again.
Another good one.
Yeah, another 12 incher. I mean, just a great year class of them 10 to 12 inch
yeah.
fish in here, and it's the future, right?
Yep, with some big ones mixed in. Does time of day matter for this basin bite?
Usually basin, I actually prefer like 10 to noon
Really?
because that's when
Okay.
the fish will kind of quit moving and sit in one spot more for you. As you get in the mornings and the evenings, they tend to roam more and they're just harder to stay on top of. So.
And on some of these lakes too, so you say you fish the basin midday, you catch a bunch of fish. Are there places you can go and fish weed lines
Oh,
before dark?
definitely, yeah. And there's weed flats all over the place, and that's typically where your bluegills are going to be too. So
Okay.
on your weed flats, you can get into more of a mixed bite, where when you're out in these basins, you're just targeting these crappies.
It's now time to announce the winners of this week's Fleet Farms John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2026 fishing contest. This week's winners will receive a $25 Fleet Farm gift card.
This week's first winner is Evan Weiser of Hewitt. He caught this 29-inch walleye on the Big O Plain Reservoir using a beaver dam tip-up. Andrew Bieshke of Vernon Hills, Illinois, caught a 24-inch largemouth bass in Florida using a chatterbait. And John Schmidt of Iron Ridge caught this 55-inch muskie on a Waukesha County lake using a golden shiner. And finally, Eli Welsh of Antioch caught a 48-inch northern pike on Lake Michigan using a shiner. Now on to our youth winners with Aiden Fritchie of Horicon. He caught this 31-inch brown trout in the Milwaukee Harbor using a jig and a paddle tail. And Colin Kujeski of Oconto caught this 29.5-inch walleye in Green Bay using a golden flyer. Trusted by Midwest families since 1955. Available at your local Fleet Farm store or online at fleetfarm.com. This week, get ready for spring fishing with the Kalen's Hammered Live Series Jerk Minnows. Built with lifelike action and stretch durability. Now, 2 packs for $14. Plus, the all-new Brew City Sonar Pole Kits start at just $499.99. Hurry in. Sale ends March 29th.
Folks, everybody's talking about the Elliott and 2B jigging rods this year. They're the new hot item for ice fishing. And right now at Fleet Farm, they have the best price guarantee. They are perfectly balanced with ultimate sensitivity and designed to fish all your favorite ice baits under the ice. Whether you're chasing panfish, walleyes, or lake trout, 2B and Elliott ice rods come in every action and length you need for this ice fishing season. Check them out at your favorite Fleet Farm store.
Folks, taking a break in the fishing, I am here with Tom from Johnsonville to share an exciting new innovation from Johnsonville Sausage. What do we got today, Tom?
Ryan, we're so excited to announce that we have fresh sausage and ready-to-eat sausage infused with Dr Pepper. In today's society, everything's polarizing, right? And at Johnsonville, we're all about family, fun, and keeping it juicy.
Do you think people are going to argue whether or not the pre-cooked or the fresh brats are better?
That's what we're going to interested in all the viewers to see. Do they like the fresh or like the pre-cooked better?
So how are you cooking these?
As always, we want to cook them low and slow, turning them constantly so they don't burn.
Are they available now?
They're available now. And again, with Johnsonville, they're made with premium cuts of pork, Johnsonville natural spices, and infused with Dr Pepper.
I love it. Let's try it.
All right.
You made one for me.
I made one for you.
There's not one for you, though.
No,
Just me.
I'll
I'm
have
your
to have
guest.
it after you, yes.
All right, I can't wait to try this. Here we go. That's good. It's like a sweet and salty kind of flavor.
And you taste the Dr Pepper in it.
You really do. It's good. I like it a lot. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Look for Johnsonville at your favorite retailer today.
Here we go, Josh. And, oh, not huge, but I'll tell you what, it is fun, and it is every time you go down, you're marking fish, what makes it fun. And you know, a nice thing about having my Humminbird, you know, just the flasher, is you can get an idea which fish are active and which, and that really, you can see that on the Mega Live too.
Oh yeah, you can see it night and day. Generally, those non-active fish are close to the bottom, and the active ones are higher up off the bottom.
And that'll give you an indication of how to jig too, right?
Yep.
Some days they want it.
Yeah, a lot of times they want it up higher, where you'll see them shoot up. A lot of times you'll see them raise up as you're dropping down, and those are the ones you want to target.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm all frozen up. It's cold out.
It is a little chilly, isn't it? Still got him? Oh, yeah.
Yep, still got him.
Nice.
Feels like a pretty nice one.
Yep, it's getting close. Oh yeah,
There he is. Yeah, another 12-incher.
Yeah, you've got a lot of nice ones. Yeah. So in these basins, you know, it really is nice to have those Lake Master chips of the 1-foot contours, and you can find the basins. But what do you look for when you're fishing?
Yeah, basically what you're looking for is a spot that all that soft bottom is going to settle out into. So right now we're actually in a basin that's surrounded by quite shallower water, like 12 feet. So you know that any sort of wind or anything like that, it's going to push any silt and muddy stuff into, and it's going to settle out in the bottom of this basin. And then that's where the zooplankton are going to come out of, because they live in that mud. So crappies will go to the mud in the basins to eat all the bugs.
Okay, that makes sense. And yeah, you can find them. A lot of times you can set your overlays on your Lake Master chip to kind of highlight those areas, and those are great areas to look for.
One of my favorite things to do is once you figure out what depth they're kind of wanting to be in and what basin they want to be in, change your overlays to show, kind of highlight that depth, and you're actually going to start seeing a lot more spots throughout the lake that'll be just like that, and they might hold fish too.
Perfect.
Joshy.
Got a nice one, John?
Yeah, and it is kind of interesting. He doesn't, not huge, but I'll tell you what, you can tell the difference between the 6-inchers and the 10-inchers.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, that is a nice one there. And you know, you guys talk about, you know, moving around all the time. I like to just sit here and wait for them to come back. They leave and they come back eventually, right?
Yeah, they will. And a lot of times that can help because you're not creating a lot of movement on the ice. You're not spooking them. And as long as they're moving, yeah, they'll. You can sit in the hole all day long.
So we're going to show the folks how he ate that. What is this little thing called?
Yeah, that is the bladed cast master. Yep. It's such a great bait.
It really is, and it's those little wings on there that create the action.
Yeah, that
right?
willow blade on the bottom is what triggers them, and it's above the hook, so they want to eat that little blade on there. Okay. So they're engulfing the whole thing, and I mean, it's just, and as we've said quite a few times, it's nice not to tip them.
No tipping. Oh, you came over by me, huh?
I had to, yeah. You
like
kept catching them.
And let's see what you got there.
Another good one there.
Yeah, that's a dandy.
And one thing we should mention too about this kind of fishing is what line we're using.
Right.
So I really like Seaguar Ice X fluorocarbon. You know, when it's cold like this, braid's not the best thing because it freezes up. It's got more, you get more ice on the line. Mono, you're in this deeper water, it stretches too much. Fluorocarbon's the way to go. It's abrasion resistant, and it's nearly invisible underwater. And that Ice X by Seaguar is great. And I prefer the 4-pound. That's what
I was just going to ask you. Yeah, 4-pound test?
4-pound seems to be my favorite.
Yeah, you got me on this last year, and I was using braid before. And I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier to detect the bites with the fluorocarbon too.
It really is. Just there's not much stretch to it, and it's clear water too. That invisibility factor is a big thing. If those fish see that line, especially those bigger crappies, they can be line shy, so having fluorocarbon is definitely the way to go.
Oh, this is too fun. Non-stop action.
Yep, it doesn't seem to matter where you go right now, they're just all biting. Let's see
almost there.
Another nice one.
Oh yeah.
Another good one.
The amount of fish this size we've caught is just unbelievable. It's 11, 12 inchers. I mean, you can't ask for much better than that.
No, you can't. Ooh, there we go.
Feel good?
Yeah, he does actually. Oh, yeah. Oh no. There we go, got him. Almost got away there.
Here we go, Josh, here we go.
Oh, you got one too? Here, I'll come over by you.
All right, buddy. I'll tell you what, this is a blast.
Well, this is
unbelievable. The difference is, folks, if you can get them to come up a little bit, they're going to bite. Nice They're going to bite. Is that a good one?
Those are two dandies. Oh, look at Riley's got one too.
Riley, bring yours over, buddy.
Another triple.
Yours and mine are about the same?
I think mine's a little bigger.
Okay, well, what do you think of that, Riley? Whose is bigger, mine or his?
I think it's pretty close. I don't know.
There's another one, Riley.
This is so fun. Oh, there he is.
Come on, get out of that cord. This is unbelievable. You know what I love about coming up here is there's so many different lakes to fish. You got big lakes, small lakes. You know, what's some of your favorites that you can name that are good for panfish and walleyes?
Yeah, we got Leech Lake, Winnie. You can get over in the Cass Lake area. There's a ton of good lakes over there. And honestly, the best part about it all is the thousands of little pothole lakes that are like this one that are virtually getting absolutely no pressure at all, and they're just loaded with fish. That one's digging.
You got a big one on, Ryley?
Look at that rod fold over.
Oh yeah, that thing is double.
That mark was huge, and it just came screaming up. Kind of playing.
Oh, giant crappie!
Look at the size of that thing.
How big is that one?
That one's over 15 for sure. And it's just an absolute tank. It's for sure over 2 pounds.
Oh yeah, and you said we were going to catch a big one today, and you were right. That is a giant. Unreal.
So yeah, this was kind of a fresh school over here. I just moved a little bit, looked with a Mega Live. Yeah. First fish out of school. There it is. So just like we were talking about earlier, the fresher the school, the better your odds are at a giant. There's another one.
Not quite as big as that last one you caught.
Just another cookie cutter 12-incher.
Yeah, no kidding.
You gotta love when you can say your cookie cutters are 11, 12 inches.
Yeah, there's not many places you can say that, that's for sure.
For more information, call Ryley Hansen. That phone number is 507-217-1276.
Folks, everybody's talking about the Elliott and 2B jigging rods this year. They're the new hot item for ice fishing. And right now at Fleet Farm, they have the best price guarantee. They are perfectly balanced with ultimate sensitivity and designed to fish all your favorite ice baits under the ice. Whether you're chasing panfish, walleyes, or lake trout, 2B and Elliott ice rods come in every action and length you need for this ice fishing season. Check them out at your favorite Fleet Farm store.
Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this. So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333. That is a beautiful walleye.
Oh, it's a giant.
Is that a beautiful coho, right?
Coho there, John.
I don't complain about those.
Oh my gosh!
It's over 50 for sure.
That's pushing 5 pounds.
Holy smokes. Way to go.
Do you like fishing?
Yeah.
This is my time to shine, and you guys are all talking about leaving.
Yeah, of course, right at the end.
After you catch all the big trout. I got the only Tullaby whitefish, whatever that is.
Hey, it's not a whitefish.
Hey, look at that. Not a bad fish at all.
Another nice crappie.
You guys got to be proud of me.
Oh,
good job, Pete.
We are for sure. Well, guys, it's been a fun day. Thanks, Ryley. This is an amazing bite. I mean, I can't believe how many crappies we got.
Yeah, nonstop action. It was a fun day.
Well, folks, that is our show for today. I don't know where we're going to be next week, but we'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm Josh Tigan, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. There's another one.
You got one, Josh?
Yep, got one, John. No,
I marked him too.
Forget it.
Too small.
Oh, he came off.
It came off.
Not good.